Once upon a time in the land of Israel, there was a mighty king named David. He was a man after God's own heart, beloved by the people for his bravery and leadership. But David, like all humans, had his flaws and struggles. His kingdom was prosperous, but his family was far from perfect. Among David's sons was Absalom, born to Maacah, the daughter of Talmai, who was the king of Geshur. Absalom was a young man with striking beauty and charm as his sister Tamar. He was a favorite of his father, David, and enjoyed every benefit of it. One day his sister Tamar sought refuge at his home after suffering a brutal attack by their half-brother Amnon. Amnon was David's eldest son. Although David, their father, was furious about the incident, he didn't punish Amnon as he was his chosen heir. Driven by rage over Tamar's injury and David's inaction, Absalom decided to take justice into his own hands with Amnon before fleeing to Geshur, a land ruled by his maternal grandfather Talmai. After 3 years of exile in the land of Geshur for his crime, Absalom returned to Israel. He was loved by the people because of his charm, but there was a darkness in his heart. Absalom was not content with his place in the royal family. He wanted more. He wanted the throne. Absalom, with his natural charisma, began to steal the hearts of the people. He would sit at the city gate, listening to their problems and telling them, "If only I were the king, things would be different." Slowly but surely, Absalom's influence grew. He sowed seeds of doubt and division in the kingdom, turning people against his own father, King David. Absalom soon raised a revolt and declared himself king in Hebron. When David heard that Absalom had declared himself king, he was heartbroken. His own son had turned against him. David, feeling betrayed, had no choice but to flee the city with his loyal followers, leaving behind the kingdom he had worked so hard to build. The battle for the throne was set. David's army, though smaller, was led by his trusted commander, Joab. Absalom's army, once filled with the hopes of the people, now stood on the brink of war. The fate of Israel would be decided here. The battle was fierce, but Absalom's forces were defeated. As he fled the battlefield, Absalom found himself caught in the branches of a tree, his long hair tangled in the leaves. It was there that he met his tragic end. Joab, David's commander, struck the blow, leading to the end of Absalom's rebellion once and for all. When David heard the news of his son's death, his heart was torn. Though Absalom had betrayed him, David still loved him. He wept openly, crying, "Oh, my son Absalom, if only I had died instead of you." The pain of losing a son, even one who had rebelled, was too much for David to bear. David's grief was real, but so was the lesson that came from this tragic tale. Absalom's pride, his desire for power, led to his downfall. He betrayed his father, his king, and ultimately his own people. And yet David's heart, though broken, showed mercy. He had to confront the painful truth that sometimes those we love may hurt us the most, but forgiveness and wisdom are the only way forward. The story of Absalom is one of ambition, betrayal, and heartache, but it is also a story of the enduring love a father has for his child and of the hard choices leaders must sometimes make. It reminds us that power, pride, and vengeance come with a heavy price, but mercy, though difficult, is the key to healing.